everyone, my name is Zhixi Zhao, and today I will be presenting my project titled The Impact of Rising Coffee Price on Consumer Demand in Australia. In this presentation, I will analyze how the increase in coffee price affects consumer purchasing behavior. To explore this issue, I applied the key economic frameworks, demand and supply, and the price elasticity together with Excel analytical tools such as summary, statistics, charting, and regression analysis. Let's start with the business problem and the dataset. Due to the rising cost of global coffee beans, retail coffee prices in Australia have increased by nearly 20% over the past year. This trend is important because it directly affects both business owners and consumers. Coffee faces higher cost, while customers might buy less coffee. To study this relationship, I created a simulated dataset based on a ABS 2024 Consumer Price Index trend. It includes monthly average coffee price and the number of cups sold from January to December 2024. As you can see from the table, the average price rose from $4 in January to $5.10 in December, while sales fell from 520,000 to 450,000 cups. This data set forms the basis of my economic and Excel analysis in the following slides. Let's start with the demand and the supply model. When the cost of coffee beans increases, production becomes more expensive. This causes the supply curve to shift to the left, which leads to a higher equilibrium price and a lower equilibrium quantity. In the Australia coffee market, coffee owners had to raise price to cover this higher cost. The result is too clear. Price go up and the sales go down. In 2024, as the average price rose from $4 to $5, the number of cups sold dropped by about 70,000. This relationship between price and quantity reflects the law of demand, where an increase in price leads to a decrease in consumer demand. Next, I applied the price elasticity of a demand framework to measure how sensitive consumers are to price changes. The formula is the percentage change in quantity divided by the percentage change in price. Using my data, the average price increased by 2.3% per month, while sales decreased by 1.3% on average. So the elastic value is roughly minus 0.6, which indicates that coffee demand is inelastic. In other words, customers are not very sensitive to small price increases. This means that even though price rose, most consumers continued to buy coffee because they see it as a daily necessity rather than a luxury item. The bar chart on the right clearly shows that price increases are larger than sales decreases, supporting the idea that coffee has a low elasticity in demand. Now, let's look at the data analyzed in Excel. Here I use the summary statistics to describe the overall trend. The average coffee price in 2024 was about $4.55, with a standard deviation of 0.35, meaning prices were relatively stable. The average monthly sales were around 486,000 cups, with some fluctuations across months. The line chart on the right clearly shows the inverse relationship between price and demand. As the coffee price increased, the number of cups sold declined steadily. This visualization directly supports the economic theory we just discussed, the law of demand. To further test the relationship between price and demand, I ran a regression analysis in Excel. The regression equation is copper sold equals 759.85 minus 61.27 times price, and the R-squared value is 0.99. This means that nearly 99% of the change in sales can be explained by price changes, a very strong model fit. The negative coefficient shows that every $1 increase in price leads to a decrease of about 61,000 cups sold. This result is also statistically significant with a p-value less than 0.001, confirming the law of demand. In simple terms, as the price goes up, consumers buy less. The Gaussian plot clearly illustrates the negative support and the high correlation between price and sales. So what do this finding mean for business decision making? Here's a quick summary. In 2024, coffee price increased from $4 to $5.1, while sales dropped from 520,000 to 450,000 cups. The regression analysis shows a strong negative relationship, and the elasticity was about minus 0.6, confirming that coffee demand is inelastic. From a business perspective, this means that coffee owner can raise price that slightly without losing too many consumers, since most people continue to buy coffee even at higher price. However, if the price keeps rising for too long, customers might lose loyalty and switch to cheaper alternatives. Therefore, my recommendation is to maintain moderate pricing while improving product quality and the customer experience. This way, business can stay profitable while keeping demand steady. To conclude, this project allowed me to apply both economic theory and data analytics to a real-world business issue. I used economic framework like demand and supply, elasticity, and regression, and combined them with Excel tools such as summary statistics, charting, and regression analysis. Through this process, I improved my data interpretation, circle thinking, and communication skills. This key benefit for professional roles such as a business analyst, marketing researcher, or economist, positions that require turning data into meaningful insights for decision making. This project also strengthened my problem solving and teamwork skills, and taught me how to expand complex results in a clear and practical way. Overall, it demonstrates my ability to combine analytical thinking and economic reasoning to solve real business problems. Thank you for your listening.